What up, guys? In this clip I'll be using the M249, which is probably the best light machine gun you can find in the whole game. I'll be using extended mag and foregrip, and then my preferred sight. Now, one thing to remember while using this weapon is if you hold the trigger down and just open fire on someone and they're at a long distance, the bullets aren't probably going to hit them. So from a mid to long range shot, I like to burst fire it, and then if they're close enough, I don't mind opening up a couple of rounds and just letting go and just, smoking their ass. But watch me rape these noobs up with this awesome tool, and I'm going to talk about one issue that a lot of people have with weapons some people use in the game. A viewer in my last video flamed me for using the U-Save-12, and I was using the frag rounds, and this was at a point where the video only had like 20 views on it. So this tells me that like 1 in 20 people will have problems, an intense problem with particular playstyles. Now the fact is, I just unlocked the weapon that very day and was just looking at areas and playstyles that could benefit from it, doing a little bit of play investigation. I like to do that from time to time. And I actually found that rush is a very nice way to use it effectively. People like to hide in particular areas after you die, especially in squad rush. You can see where the guy was and he generally doesn't move. Just toss a couple of frag rounds, explode people, get double kills all over the place. People group up, people aren't exactly smart, but that's neither here nor there. One thing these people need to understand is that it's a game, and you can't get jealous with how other people play the game. Just because a particular playstyle will beat your playstyle, that doesn't mean it's just a noob playstyle or it's a bad playstyle. And even if it is a noob playstyle, if it beats your playstyle, it doesn't necessarily mean that the gamer is bad in any way. A gun in an FPS is simply a tool used to eliminate your enemy. I actually don't even think of the game as like me walking down a room and shooting people. I think of it more as a dot game and an arrow game, more like Galactica, and you take out your enemies and I'm always the person, I'm the Galactica guy. I'm not the little noobs getting shot. But that's just me. It's really not the gun that makes the gamer. It's the gamer that does that. Riddle me this. Hypothetically, there was a gamer who thought that automatic weapons and weapons requiring scopes like snipers were not fair to use in the game, and he only uses pistols, and he bitches about everyone who uses a machine gun. Then he bitched about it to you, and you were using the M16A3 or something. What would you think about him? What would your initial reaction be? I'm not going to assume what you'd say, but if you said something like that to me, I would tell him that he's a pompous asshole and that it's a gun that's in the game, and he should suck his own dick, because he's probably done that before. So I guess I'm going to offer the same advice to the 12-year-old crying about me using the U-Save-12 and using frag rounds. I think it's a very cool aspect of the game. It's the first real game to implement real military use of a weapon. I mean, the U-Save-12 is a model of automatic shotgun which exists. Frag rounds are real. I mean, this is actually part of real life in modern day gaming. I think it's an excellent aspect of the game, and I don't think it's too overpowered. After using the gun for approximately a day now, I'd say it's not very accurate at long ranges. It takes quite amount of skill to lob a bullet, a frag round, all the way across an entire map where you can hardly see a guy and hit him in his person or, on the ground. It's not an easy task, especially with such an inaccurate gun. It's not a one-shot kill. It's 2 to 3 at least, and at that range it's going to be a little bit more than that probably. And even at close ranges, it's not super reliable. I've been killed by assault rifles, machine guns, everything like that. You name it, close range, they have quite a bit of advantage. The only real advantage you have is if you get your shot off first, they get the suppression around their screen and they can't really see where you are. But if they're aware, if they have a Concernicus and they're always aware, they're going to be able to recover relatively fast and shoot you before you can get the next 1 or 2 rounds off, which is actually required to kill someone even at that range. It's actually a catch-22. It's one of the best mid-range weapons, but I'm going to go ahead and say it's not even that great close range. That's probably all I've got for you today, guys, though. Keep it real and keep gaming. Yeah.